this serene and tranquil land that I have come to love, where everyday existence is a meditation on the self, mindfulness, time, the light that unfurls the world, and the impact that I'm having on the environment. People worry that I'm lonely and spend too much time on my own. But in truth and seriousness and in all sincerity, I have come to love my isolation and the time that I've been afforded here. Sadly though, all good things come to an end. Perhaps too quickly I'm thrust into the midst of a city. Every sound and noise is unnatural in my ear, from mechanical moving objects, car horns, people, doors, alarms, and that tick-tacking sound of a pram wheel against the concrete floor. The smell of bins and urine-smoked alleyways, to the sight of homeless people and people spitting on the streets. There's a kind of familiar stench of human existence that I'd almost forgotten. Everything is fast and everything is loud and everything stinks. People pushing past each other, avoiding eye contact, and the artificial light bouncing off every surface burns my eyes. Cities began as marketplaces, and it brings people together, seekers and suppliers, and provided an arena for every imaginable kind of transaction. They are the forcing houses of culture, but in every single one, there's a dark underbelly, and I have often found myself right in the middle. The long and natural rhythms of rural life don't exist here in cities. City life restlessly pushes people into the future, demanding quick thinking and quicker reflexes. Urban existence constitutes a different dimension of human experience, and almost every type of material and intellectual progress is owed to it, as is almost every type of spiritual regress. I often wonder what it all means. What's our place in it? Where am I? Why am I? What is my purpose here, and how do I find meaning in it? The chewing gum scarred paving slabs of a city floor, the overheard arguments and meaningless conversations, the dark, quiet corners and alleyways of the city that most of us ignore happily. Is it all just an inevitable countdown as time ticks, ticks, ticks away, ever reducing into the vacuum of my mind? I don't know how to find meaning in this. Even the buildings are confused. It's as if for a moment I'm suspended in time, and I just don't understand what I'm doing here. I have to sit and wait for everything to just slow, so that I can process and understand being around people, buildings, vehicles, and all the other things in cities again. It's an odd sensation. The sun is on my face, and I'm warmed naturally, but I'm a stranger in every town. I find myself at a table in a centre for the disenfranchised, the people that society have forgotten. Ex-servicemen that have been around the world twice, now down on their luck with nowhere else to go. A recovering heroin addict, and a lady with no one but her dog for company. For many of the people here, this community centre that's held once a week to feed people provides not only a warm meal, but their only form of human contact. For one in particular, the city had become so oppressive for him that the very thought of leaving his flat gave him panic attacks and caused an immense amount of anxiety. It was a stark reminder that we are all vulnerable, and only ever one paycheck, bad decision, or mistake away from losing everything. Heading out of the city at night in order to find somewhere safe to sleep, I imagine a world where problems of the cities don't exist. The problems are created by us, and they come from the systems that we've implemented in our lives. Capitalism, greed, mortgages and one-way systems, dual carriageways, the empty materialism of a consumerist society, even the way we see ourselves, or perhaps we've just stopped looking. Do we even have our own minds at all when we're constantly being told to stop and when to go? I don't have any answers. I don't think any of us have. We all do the best that we can. But there are problems in our world, and I see them more and more as I walk through towns and cities. It scares me to think that I may no longer be capable of living in a city or in a town, in a built-up area, in the environment where other people go about their daily lives. Lying in the warm sanctuary of my sleeping bag at night, I think of that serene tranquility, that coast life, that walk, that different path, where all that exists is purity, calm, and the natural honesty of the coast. Perhaps it's the sea air, or that most natural light. But I'd rather be salted and free out here than grimy and trapped in there in the city. If there's just one thing I've learnt, it's that a smile costs nothing, but a conversation can mean everything.